What's going on, everyone? Today we'll be talking about the top 10 best legendary hand cannons for PvE. This is the best hand cannons there are right now as of episode Heresy. I don't want to waste any of your time, so let's go ahead and jump right into this list. Starting off, we have the Ancient Gospel. So this weapon was reappraised along with all the other Garden of Salvation weapons back in episode Revenant. So I'm specifically talking about the Void version of this weapon. Ancient Gospel is a 140 RPM hand cannon and is also craftable. This weapon can roll with Rampage and Explosive Payload, making it a good damage dealing hand cannon, and is obviously good for your void focus builds or if you're just trying to have a weapon for light transcendence energy in your prismatic builds. Ancient Gospel can be attained by the Garden of Salvation raid, specifically the third encounter. I would recommend going to Hawthorne and picking up that quest she has at the bottom. After completing every encounter of the raid for that week, you can go and pick up a red border from Hawthorne. For the next hand cannon, we have the Exalted Truth, another void 140 RPM hand cannon. Exalted Truth can roll with destabilizing rounds and one for all, again perfect for your void or prismatic builds. Exalted Truth can be farmed from the Trials of Osiris if it is the weekly weapon, but remember with the new update you don't have to go flawless to get the adept weapons, and you can also turn in engrams for the weapon itself at Saint 14. For the next hand cannon, we have the one and only Fatebringer. I'm not going to glaze this weapon too much because it's pretty well known. Fatebringer is a 140 RPM kinetic hand cannon, and as of Heresy it has been reappraised and is also now craftable along with all the other Vault of Glass weapons. Now the perk refresh isn't anything crazy. It can roll with Explosive Payload and Frenzy, or Firefly is what a lot of people prefer. You can get Fatebringer from the Vault of Glass raid located in the Legacy tab, specifically encounters 3 and 5. You can also purchase the weapon after defeating Atheon, which will cost you 25 spoils. For the next hand cannon, we have the Midnight Coup, another 140 RPM kinetic hand cannon. This weapon has a lot of good perk combinations, but specifically can roll with Firefly and Frenzy. You can obtain this weapon from the Onslaught activity located in the Vanguard tab. You can also go to Zavala and go to his tab at the bottom, which allows you to focus the Midnight Coup, giving you a better chance for the weapon to drop. For the fifth hand cannon, we have the Nation of Beasts, a 140 arc hand cannon, and is now craftable along with all of the other Last Wish weapons. And this weapon has an awesome perk combination of Volt Shot and Dragonfly. I would recommend farming the first boss and the Last Wish raid to get this weapon most efficiently, but if you're planning to do the whole raid, make sure to head to Hawthorne and get that quest that she offers. That way you'll be able to get your free red border at the end. For the next weapon, we have the Posterity, a 180 RPM arc hand cannon that is craftable and can roll with Volt Shot and Frenzy, allowing it to compete pretty well with 140s. Posterity can be obtained from the Deepstone Crypt raid, specifically the third encounter. Next on the list, we have the Warden's Law, a heavy burst frame kinetic hand cannon that can roll with 4th times a charm and Vorpal. This weapon is really good when it's paired with Lucky Pants on Hunter, and can be obtained from Nightfalls when it is in the weekly rotation. Once you obtain this weapon for the first time, you can go and use your engrams just to buy it from Zavala. For the next hand cannon, we have the Word of Crota, a 180 RPM void hand cannon that is craftable and can roll with Repulsor Brace and Sword Logic. Word of Crota can be farmed from the Crota's End raid, specifically the final encounter fighting Crota. For the next hand cannon, we have the Yesterday's Question, a heavy burst frame arc hand cannon that can roll with Rapid Hit and Vorpal. Yesterday's Question can be obtained from the Trials of Osiris when it is in the weekly rotation, and can be purchased from Saint 14 once you unlock it in your collections. For the final hand cannon, we have the Izali's Bane, a 140 RPM solar hand cannon that is craftable and acts similarly to the exotic hand cannon Sunshot, especially with the perk combination Explosive Payload and Incandescent. Izali's Bane can be obtained from the King's Fall raid, but specifically the last 3 encounters. I would recommend farming this weapon on Death Singers. Anyways, that's the end of my list. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I tried to keep it pretty short just because I wanted to get to the point. Let me know if you guys like this style of video instead of my longer formats. Also, this video has been scheduled to upload just because I'm out of town right now, along with probably the next couple of videos. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.